Good morning, everyone. To friends sitting in this room, and also to friends watching online. It's a great honor to have such great minds sitting in this room together to celebrate our 6th HTD. And first of all, I would like to introduce to you, our very, very special VIP, our founder, Terry. And this is, very special period for the founder. And really appreciate that for him to take this time to join our HHTD. This shows a great support and a great, endorsement of our HHTD. I really appreciate it, and from the bottom of my heart, and I would like to give you my deepest condolences. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Please have a seat. This is very special. And I think without our founder, Foxconn Group would not be like this. So once again, I appreciate our founders for his hard work in the last 50 more years to build the Foxconn like this. Okay. But, to start, I would like to bring you back a little bit to where we started in the past. Okay, so let me start with something simple. A look at the final products Foxconn has built over the years. Final products. In the last 30 years, I think Foxconn started building final products 30 years ago. It was about 1996. We built more than 1,000 final products in the last 30 years. Smartphones, servers, monitors, networking gears, EVs, consumer electronics. The list goes on and on. Every time people see this, the reaction is always the same. Wow, so many of them. That reaction is great. But many people still think Foxconn is only a system assembler. Today, I want to show you why that picture is incomplete, why vertical integration is actually Foxconn's hidden strength. Our competitive edge is built on technology, manufacturing, and process engineering. These are the capabilities we use to build the future, component by component, material by material. We have a lot of product lines. Let me use only 3 of them for today. Smartphones, AI servers, and EVs, to show you how deep our capability goes. Let's start with the device you probably have in your pocket, a smartphone. A smartphone is a miracle of precision. Inside are metal and glass housing, measured in microns. Camera modules as complex as miniature optical labs. And the precision of the camera module will have to be within 10 micron. 10 micron. And the PCBs, antennas, thermal parts, power modules, and sensors. And so besides the system, all of these components are also made by Foxconn. You're probably not aware of this. Yeah. Actually, what's inside of the cell phone, almost 60% of the components are made by Foxconn. So we're not just a system assembler. We make components. We can, not only we make components, we also delivered over 1 million phones in one day. 1 million phones a day. Can you believe that? That's the scale that we can do. That requires a lot of manufacturing engineering besides precision processing engineering. To make all this at massive scale, we rely on precision machining. All these precision machining measures in microns. Of course, comparing to TSMC, they're in nanometers. We're in microns. But imagine this is visible. You can see the metal by your eyes. But with semiconductors, you can't see it. Okay. So in micron, that tells you how precise that metal work has to be. And also the optical alignment. As I mentioned, for cameras, the alignment will have to be done so accurately in 10 micron. The accuracy of the camera module in 10 micron. And also, in order to do all these phones, we have to do also the PCBs, as SMT processes. And talking about SMT processes, we have more than 1,500 precision SMT lines. More than 1,500 SMT lines. Can you believe that? Is a lot of machines. And we had to maintain them so that they can work perfectly and consistently in order to produce 1 million phones a day. Okay. Of course, when you touch your phone, the smoothness of the surface finishing is another technology that Foxconn has. The surface finishing, that requires some technology goes down to like, 0.8 microns. So, Foxconn is not just a system assembler. We have a lot of processing technologies that you don't know about. Not to mention, in order to build parts, the parts will have to design with some technologies in order for the parts to meet the standards or meet the requirements. Next, I'd like to introduce to you about the AI product line. AI is very hot, very, very hot. I have to tell you how many racks that we can do in a week. 1,000 racks that we can do in a week. And it's increasing. For next year, it will be more. Imagine 1,000 racks. Each rack probably has more than 72 GPUs. If we look at our partner from NVIDIA, they like it. Because the GPU, the number of GPUs, the more we use, the more the business that they will have. AI systems, an AI server or rack looks simple from the outside. It looks simple from the outside. You probably can look, later in our booth. It looks simple, but it has very high-density GPU boards, very, very high-density GPU boards. These GPU boards, in the past, when we think about the PCBs, 4 layers, 6 layers, when we started with PC motherboards. 6 layers, probably, that would be the thickness, the thickest board that we experienced. But with AI GPU boards, now it's about 10 times, about 60 layers of PCBs in order to support the GPUs. Has billions of processing stuff inside of the GPU. Of course, because of this kind of the high density of computing, the liquid cooling or the cooling pads is also something a must. And we also do the cooling stuff. And not that many people or customers know about this. When we heard a lot of our suppliers, they're mentioning about their heat sink or cooling expertise, but we already have it. And we already provide our solutions to our customers. Not to mention the power shelves, bus bars, high-speed connectors. All this surround this rack. We can do. Not to count the GPUs or CPUs, that will account for about 40 to 50% of the parts for the racks that we can provide by ourselves. That tells you we are not just a simple system assembler. We have technologies to support the systems. Okay, and next, we're going to show you about our EVs. The third example, although the EVs, the volumes are just about at the outsourcing breaking point. What do I mean by that? The outsourcing breaking point. By that I mean, we learned from the PC world. When the entry barrier is getting lower and lower, then you will have more and more competition. And the result of that is that, the price competition, the time to market competition will be shorter and shorter. So when that starts to happen, the division of work for the industry will change. Sometimes I call it the compact moment in the PC era. Compact. I think founders, you remember the compact. We did the very first system for compact. And that caused all, it becomes a disruptive change for the PC industry. I remember a lot of PC makers at that time, they make their own PCs. They're proud of making it by themselves. Just like the current EV OEMs, they're all very proud of making cars by themselves. But when the competition is becoming so strong, the time to cost, time to market, and time to technologies become so short, they can't do everything the way they used to do. They had to rethink about how to redivision the labor. And we have an example. We have a successful example in the PC industry and in the phone industry. So I think the EV is going to happen the similar way. And we are going to be ready for that. So that moment will be coming very, very soon. And same for the EVs. Not only we build the car, we also build body and chassis systems. ECUs, power electronics, battery packs, motors, infotainment, and the display modules. Thermal modules, metal structures, and mechanical parts. We combine the large-scale metal forming, CNC, by the way, the CNC machines that Foxconn has more than 100,000 CNC machines that Foxconn uses internally. 100,000 of them. So with CNC precision tooling and the electronics manufacturing, energy systems and full vehicle integration, the EV example is a perfect for why Foxconn is far more than a final assembler. You can, later today, you can go out and try to touch and feel about our EVs. I think when you guys come in, you already saw a lot of EVs that Foxconn has done. Okay. Try to, not just look at from the outside, and please appreciate a lot of components of Foxconn inside. You familiar with that term? Something inside. Something inside. So in the future, we're going to pronounce Foxconn inside for our systems. Okay. All of these capabilities rely on outstanding manufacturing management. More than 100,000, as I mentioned, CNC machines, over 1,500 SMT lines. And that is what results in about 1 million phones that we can do a day, and 1,000 racks that we can do in a week. Our goal is not simply to make things. Our goal is to enable industries to move faster, to shorten their time to market and time to cost and time to technologies, especially for the AI data center industry today. We need to speed it up, right? How do we speed it up? The vertical integration capability is so important. I think our customers, our partners also experienced in the past, if you have to work with so many suppliers to resolve a problem, it's going to take you a lot of, not just the complexity, but also the time that you're going to spend in coordinating among all these suppliers. But Foxconn can do it. So with that, it tells you, Foxconn is not just a simple system assembler. We are component manufacturers that enables your system. And with technologies, not just on parts design, but also processing and the manufacturing technologies. And look into the future, besides what we can do today and what we have done in the past. Our鴻海Research Institute is pushing the frontier technologies which you will also experience it. We have 5 research centers and 1 laboratory. And we're going to demonstrate their work in the advanced technology session in our booth. We're now working on quantum computing. The technology that we focus on is trapped ion technologies. There, we are going to show you the QPU module that we have done so far. We're able to trap more than 20 ions today. 20 ions. Okay. And we're also working on the high voltage process, silicon carbide semiconductor process. In our lab, we are now able to produce the silicon carbide with the break voltage up to 6,000 volts. 6,000! Wow. That means it can operate at 3,000 volts, far more than you need for the EV and the AI data center. That tells you how capable our technology can become. And also, we'll be showing you the Fox brand. The Fox brand is focusing on the traditional Chinese language, LLM. We're currently also working on some ideologies with Confucius ideologies that we're going to train this brand to have. At the bottom of this technologies, besides answering your questions, they have to tell what's right from wrong, right? So, and that's very, very important. And so far, the LLMs, they tend not be able to tell you what is right, what is not right. And with our research, hopefully in the future, the system is able to tell you from the Confucius ideology's point of view what is right and wrong. So I think that would be amazing, right? So in the future, you don't have to worry too much about your kids, asking questions and they answer it in a way that you are not able to accept. Okay. So these efforts, all the efforts that I just mentioned, Foxconn keeps moving up the value chain to have a faster, deeper, and more forward-looking. When we share and collaborate and strive, we don't just build products. We build momentum. The momentum to drive, to have a shorter time to market, time to cost, and time to technologies. And our vertical integrated foundation enables deep collaboration with world-class technology leaders, which you will be hearing them very quickly. With world-class technology leaders, partners we rely on, who will rely on us because they know that Foxconn can turn ideas into reality. And that's very, very important. Okay. You can have a lot of design engineers. They can have great ideas. Yeah. I remember our friend Johnny and Ive, when they make their phones, they can draw a very nice picture of a phone, but they can't realize it. So with Foxconn, we try to make their dream come true, okay, by realizing their ideas. This morning, you're going to hear about our next level of AI and NVIDIA cloud partners. You will also hear about our collaboration towards level 4, autonomous driving from the recent announcement with NVIDIA, Uber, and Stellantis. Imagine, we're going to run our level 4 robo-taxi in Taipei with this technology running on the car built by Foxconn. Would that be fantastic? With IBM, we'll look at the quantum technologies, okay, and also the AI together, which can elevate the future AGI. Okay. With NVIDIA and ABB Robotics, we're going to discuss physical AI in industrial manufacturing. And you'll be hearing about our work on the AI robotics platform with Alphabet's Intrinsic. Okay. Foxconn's innovative CDMS business model for EVs will be in the spotlights with Japan's Mitsubishi Fuso, which you will be hearing what they're going to do in Japan. But also, we're going to show you the EVs that Foxconn has designed for the Japan market. We understand that innovation doesn't happen in isolation. None of this would be possible without our partners and colleagues. One of our newest partners is OpenAI. In very short years, it is amazing the achievements OpenAI has made. You will hear from Sam. You will hear from Sam himself. But he is not present in person. He has a video recording from him about strengthening the supply chain with a new class of AI hardware together with Foxconn. I can't wait to hear about all the powerful partnerships to kick off our fantastic lineup this morning. Let me welcome my great friend, Alphabet's Chief Product Officer of Other Bets, Hiroshi Lockheimer.
Thank you, Young, for that warm welcome. I'm very excited to join you all at Honhai Tech Day. Foxconn is an important partner to Google and Alphabet, and our collaboration has helped bring to life some of the most important technological innovations of the past decade. We're grateful for the close partnership and are proud of the great products we've built together. AI is a once-in-a-lifetime technology. We're still in the early days, but we believe AI will be the most profound shift of our lifetimes. It will spur innovation, opportunity, and growth in industries and economies around the world, fundamentally shaping the future in exciting ways. Our partnership is at the forefront of this innovation as we bring together Alphabet's world-class AI and Foxconn's pioneering 3+3+3
好，鸿海科技日由鸿海董事长刘扬伟呢，他来开讲。他一开始就邀请了鸿海创办人郭台铭上台，也表达感谢，大秀科技肌肉，强调 AI 无所不在。那当然，他也细谈了产品涵盖的 AI 伺服器，还有包括电动车、机器人，展现的是这个鸿海全方位的实力。